So this is Arthur Fantastic. Welcome to the video. I couldn't sleep tonight. I couldn't sleep. So I was just up thinking, and I got to thinking about Yamcha. And this is something that I've been throwing around in my head for a while. So I won't take credit for being this crazy freestyle right off the dome. But I don't have a script or anything. But this is basically a case study in the character of the character Yamcha about the character Yamcha, and by extension Gohan. So Yamcha is obviously the ongoing joke of Dragon Ball Z at this moment. Right now in Dragon Ball Z, Super or Dragon Ball Super, which I'm not really watching right now. I want to, but I just have not had the time. I've taken the time to watch some awesome clips of some of the more impressive fights, and I've watched a little bit of different sagas, and I played a little bit of the game, which basically is like playing the Naruto games where you know what's going on in the show because of the sagas that are going on in the game. It's like a retelling or whatever. Right now, Yamcha is not in the tournament or whatever because obviously he's fucking weak. He's just a joke. Like there's memes of him and how he died and everything like that. And this is way back when Vegeta and Nappa had landed, and I was like, oh man, yeah, didn't Vegeta kill him? But it was the Saiyaman or whatever. I don't know. I still think that by extension Vegeta killed him. You know what I mean? People are like, oh well, actually, yeah. If we want to be technical, we could be technical about it. Like the Joker sent his henchman to kill somebody, and so it was the henchman that killed him, but the Joker sent him. You know what I mean? He's like the driving force. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you want to say. Me to say. Fuck. All right, I'm right. I'm off on a tangent here already. Okay. Yamcha's the weakest. Had to establish that. Had to establish what's going on in the show a little bit for what I'm going to say. So everybody else in the Dragon Ball Z team, you know what I mean? The Z fighters, the Z warriors. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what the Japanese term for it is too. I'm not sure, but everybody else pretty much is in the team for our universe to fight against the other universes. Except Chaozu, that obviously doesn't count. You know what I mean? When is Chaozu gonna fucking age? You know what I mean? Why is he still a fucking kid? Is he always gonna be a kid? What the fuck is going on with that guy? So Chaozu and Yamcha aren't there. Yamcha being super fucking weak. Still, who else was not there? I mean, I guess Yajirobe was a part of the team. He's not there. You know what I mean? He doesn't even. I don't think he can even fly. But yeah, is Master Roshi there? I think Master Roshi is there, isn't he? Oh, now I have to check. Yeah, Master Roshi is even a part of it. Krillin is even a part of it, but of course, our boy Yamcha is not. So, I'm pretty sure that covers everybody from the Z Warrior Z fighters from Dragon Ball Z. So, let's talk about Yamcha and why he's there. So, what are the things we know about Yamcha? Yamcha, at the very beginning, when we first see him in Dragon Ball, he fights Goku, and he wins, if I recall correctly. And every other time we see Yamcha and the rest of the universe, even in the movies, he's just weak. He's mentally weak. Like, his power level is weaker than everybody else. And sure, he's we have to remember that Yamcha is obviously stronger than the normal human, by a long shot. He can fly. He can shoot power beams and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no comparison to a normal human, right? But why is he so fucking weak when Tien and Krillin and everybody has pretty much surpassed him and gotten to where he is, gotten to where they are, where they're in the tournament of power for the most part. Most everybody is there. And we have to like think about like why is that the case when he's just as old as everybody else. He's probably younger than most of them actually, other than like uh, Goku and stuff like that. He's like probably younger than Tien though. Um, and what do we have? What do we have now? Yamcha. What do we have now? We have a weak guy. What? So let's go on further. What do we know about him in Dragon Ball Z? First off, that he's kind of a manho, right? He's kind of a manho, and I don't even want to say manho. I shouldn't even. He's just a fucking hoe. Yamcha is a hoe. Okay, let's be real about it. Yamcha is a hoe. All right. I shouldn't have to qualify it with man. A hoe is a hoe, right? So that's the first thing we know about Yamcha in Dragon Ball Z. All right. What else do we know about him in Dragon Ball Z? We know that he is a bit of a, not even a bit. He's mentally weak. Like he defeats himself all the time before he even gets to the fight. In fact, the best example of it was let's look it up here. Movie 9. In movie 9, Yamcha, while everybody else of the Z fighters are going at it with all the other contestants of the tournament, Yamcha is sitting on the top of a tower and he's like, I'm just gonna lose. There's Trunks is here, so I'm gonna lose, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else takes it to the next level. Everybody's really fighting. There's a great scene, if you haven't seen it, in movie 9, BoJack Unbound, between Trunks and Tien Shinhan, and it is fucking sweet. And I just want to add that future Trunks from Dragon Ball Z looks better than future Trunks from Dragon Ball Super. I don't fucking like this Dragon Ball Super looking Trunks, because old future Trunks was badass. He had that cool jacket. I thought he was better looking overall. I feel like the new Trunks is like looks weak. Like he looks like not physically imposing. And we know as with a character like Vegeta that his father, and men look up to their father and everything, and Vegeta is like really hard on his son. His son is going to try really hard to be physically imposing too. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking too hard about it. When before in Dragon Ball Z, when we were looking at Trunks when he's just a kid, he was strong as fuck then too, and he looks ripped, dude. I don't know, maybe current future Trunks is not getting to eat or some shit. Anyway, movie 9, BoJack Unbound, great fight scene between Tien Shinhan and Trunks, but we're talking about Yamcha, and the case study here is why Yamcha is weak, and we can tell from direct, like, out loud, not even internal dialogue, out loud, like, talking to himself. Like, as the audience, we see him talking to himself, and it's just, he convinces himself that he's going to lose. He just convinces himself that he's the weakest. But you don't have to be weak just because you're human. Master Roshi is human. Oh, I don't know. He's some kind of type of immortal. But who else is human? Tien Shinhan is supposedly like some kind of different race, but then it was lexicon that he is human. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You know what? None of that shit matters. What matters is the reason Yamcha loses is because he defeats himself. Everybody else is taking it to the next level, including Krillin, including, obviously Tien Shinhan, who's been around for a while, and I think he's like really underrated. If we look back at the Cell saga, he like fucked up Cell when no one else was fucking up Cell, which was pretty dope. So Yamcha is two things: a womanizer, hoe, and mentally defeatist and weak. So these are the things that are leading to why he's the fucking weakest. Now let's go in depth with that. When he should be training and he should be getting better at what he's doing, or pursuing more training with the other Z fighters or whatever, he's womanizing, it seems, because there's no way that he's training in his off time the way that these other motherfuckers are. And he probably, with that weakness of mind, when he is training, he's probably not pushing himself to that next level. He's probably not taking it to where it needs to be, like Tien Shinhan, who is like a monk in in the wilderness, trying to get better at fighting. You know what I mean? And I wish I would see him train with other people more. Krillin is training all the time. We see that. You know what I mean? He's trying to get better. What are the things that led him not to be around the Z fighters though? Why is he such a why is he so it seems like he's almost bitter sometimes, and I can understand why. And that's because Bulma dates Vegeta and marries Vegeta, has a kid with Vegeta. I don't know if they're married, but he has a kid with Vegeta. So isn't that fucking weird? Isn't that fucking weird? If you found out that your ex, right, dated the guy that killed you, you know what I mean? How could that can only happen in comic books? But that's fucking retarded. That's fucking fucked up. That's fucked up. And in that I want to give everyone a little bit of advice. Don't date the girl in your group, because you're just gonna get fucking destroyed. All right, like your heart's gonna get destroyed, because if you're a whole bunch of dudes and that hangs out with one chick, you know what I mean, even if she isn't a hoe, you know what I'm saying, and like the team or whatever is going through that which is disgusting. I don't know why people do that. Like, dude, that's gross. You know what I'm saying? But she's probably still going to, if you're with her or whatever, she's still going to be part of the group after you guys break up. And very few people break up with on good terms, and that's just going to fuck up the dynamic. And then later on, after you've cultivated this really great group and you're not with this girl anymore, you're going to fuck up her relationships later on, and you're going to fuck up your fucking life as well, because you know what I mean? It's going to fuck the entire everything up. You know what I'm saying? And now we look at Yamcha, and we see that Yamcha is fucking Bulma right back in the day. Listen, like, that's like underneath. You know what I mean? This is adult. You know what I mean? We know what's going on. Dane Bulma. Bulma's not like a chaste woman. she's given out there, but at the same time, she's also, like, you can tell that she knows her worth. So she's probably not just giving it up to anybody. So, she dates fucking Yamcha, and it all seems like a big issue, because why is he not as strong? Because he's not chilling with the crew who are all training all the time. Now let's look at fucking Gohan. Why is Gohan not as strong as as Goku, if not stronger? Goku was dead, right, for a long time. Gohan beat Cell. Gohan is after Cell Saga. Gohan is like the Superman of the Dragon Ball Z universe at that point, because he's the strongest person on Earth. No one else can beat him. He beats Cell. Vegeta's dead. Goku's dead. Pretty much everybody's fucking dead, and he's nobody to fucking train against. He's gonna train against little Trunks or little Goten. I was gonna say Goten. So no, of course not. So he becomes the great Saiyaman, and boy, I feel as though that he just really let himself go, and then he's like focused on Videl. Everybody hates Videl. Why? Because Videl is the reason why Gohan isn't better than he is. I won't reveal any certain things that I do know about Dragon Ball Super, but I know that Gohan. Okay, if we can just talk about, if we're up to date on Dragon Ball Z and Gohan, we know that Gohan is not as strong when as like Goku and Vegeta and shit when Boo comes around. You feel me? Like, we know he's strong, but like he's not as strong as he should be. You know what I'm saying? And I Gohan, after the Cell Saga, coming out of the Cell Saga, was my favorite character. He had the coolest hair. He had the coolest costume. He had the coolest story. He's on the come up. Like, this is like Boruto before Boruto ever came around. And it was like time. It was his time. It was Gohan's time. Goku's dead. Gohan's alive. He's the strongest person. It's his time. And I just feel like they fucked that up for him. I feel like they made him comic relief, and he shouldn't be. And here's the problem. Goku's never fucking there. Goku's never fucking there to raise him. All right. He's raised by Chi-Chi, who is this a doting mother who has really, like, he's a fucking saying he could be should be the very strongest. He would be stronger than Goten and Trunks and everybody if he was just training at the level that he needs to be training. But instead, he's, worried about stuff that his mom wants him to be worried about, like, and he doesn't need to be. He can, you know what I'm saying? Goku's Goku. He's like taking him like to train in the hyperbolic time chamber and shit like that. But if we think about that, that was like the first time that Gohan ever really got to spend time with his father. And so now he's dating his mom, essentially, in Videl, who is this like overbearing, and she's not even doting. Like, she doesn't even like, is like it seems like she physically abuses Gohan, to be totally honest, all the time. And that's why he isn't strong. You know what I'm saying? He when Goku would just fucking go do his thing with Chi-Chi, Gohan will fucking submit to Videl. And that's why he's not as strong as he should be. Now let's look at Yamcha. Why is he not strong? Because he's too busy with women and womanizing and trying to look cool and shit like that. It's not even about looking. You can try to look cool, whatever. That's what technique is. But he's too busy doing shit like that. And now I think he's like a pro, like, baseball player or something. Way to use your fucking powers for the betterment of mankind. He's just such a joke. He's such a joke. So Yamcha is a case study in what not to be. And let's now compare Gohan to Yamcha. Like, where is it that Gohan succeeded that Yamcha failed? We all know, I hope that we know, that Gohan in the beginning as a young child, he was very low confident, like very self-conscious, very doubting himself. And it wasn't until Cell Saga that we see Gohan come into his own and gain that confidence to defeat like a major villain. And why does that happen? It's because he's spending time with his father, and his father is beating the shit out of him, and that's how Saiyans get stronger. Like, say what you want, Piccolo's basically a surrogate father, and everybody's like, oh, he's so hard on Gohan and beating the shit out of him. He is fucking right. All right, the way you get strong as a Super Saiyan is you beat the fuck out of them and train the fuck out of them, and they will be automatically stronger. That's what Saiyans are. So when Piccolo's beating the shit out of him, he was doing the right thing. And so when they went to the hyperbolic time chamber, Goku, who's levels above Gohan, is beating the shit out of him, and we know that when we beat the shit out of the Saiyan, they get stronger. So when Gohan becomes confident, even though he kind of still becomes submissive to like the female's life with like Videl and all that shit, he's still confident in himself, and that is what is doing it for him. Now, if he was able to train like he should, instead of, I don't want to say wasting his time. He's not wasting his time with Videl, but he is, Videl is a piece of shit. So, you know what I mean? And so is Hercule, and Videl is Hercule's fucking daughter. So, that shit is, he's wasting his time. I wish you could see my face. My face is like I got a fucking stank face on my face at the moment. I said face like 5 times in that sentence. But yeah. She does not appreciate Gohan. Like, she's always like making him look like, it looks like she's always making him feel like shit and weaker than he is. Like, she has some kind of like complex where she can't feel like she's weaker than him, which she is. Like, there's no doubt about it. All right, Videl cannot take on Majin Buu or Cell like Gohan can. There's no doubt in anyone's mind. But it's like she's always trying to like put him down. It's like, and I don't know. It never seems like she's like trying to uplift him. This is not like a Rocky, uh, uh, uh Adrian sort of thing. Adrian. It's not that for sure. Like it's not. She's supportive of him, and then like she gets worried. That's more of a Chi-Chi. She's like literally trying to be like. I feel like she thinks she's better than Gohan. So Goku spends time with him, giving him that like confidence, not only because Gohan is starting to keep up, not only when Goku is feeding into his ego like purposefully, you know what I mean? Like this is a master training his student, and you have to feed the ego a little bit while also keeping it in check. It's like Videl is not doing that. Videl is like literally putting him down. So that's kind of like counteracted each other. But where Gohan went good is that he decided that he could believe in himself. This is where the roads stray from each other. Yamcha never decided that he could be confident in himself among the Z fighters, whether it's because of Bulma, or women in general, like he's just spending time with women instead of doing like training. I'm sure that's what it is. One of the things that's contributing to this, whether it's he is too emasculated by what I mean. He's defeats himself by seeing people that are way stronger than him. You know what I mean? And that's not what a hero does. That's not what a great person does. They see greatness and they seek to be as great, if not greater. And that's in the mind of Yamcha. He has failed himself, and he's also prioritized the wrong things. My mouth is dry. Sorry for all the smacking of my lips. So in this particular case study, I would like to summarize that. First off, Yamcha, his issue is he's chasing women. He is not training at the level he should be training because of his mental attitude, and his mental attitude is defeatist. In addition to all of the other factors that are like holding him back from training with the crew, like not wanting to be around Bulma, and I'm pretty sure he mentions that like right at the beginning of the Android saga, if I'm not mistaken, like or whatever. Like he doesn't mention like it's not that Bulma is dating him already, but he mentions that he's uncomfortable with Vegeta being around. You know what I'm saying? So Vegeta, killed him, and now he's around their friends, and not only is he around their friends, he's dating his ex-girlfriend. So I wouldn't want to be around my ex-girlfriend if it was me, you know what I'm saying? And who is like sort of like it's like the strong-willed woman that wants to put down men. I don't understand why that is, why women have to be like that, but whatever. So he doesn't. I wouldn't want to be, and he doesn't want to be around Bulma. I'm speaking for him in this case. And in addition, he doesn't want to be around the guy that killed him, and who's definitely stronger than him. And he doesn't seek to be stronger than him for whatever reason. I think that's stupid, but he's not on the team. So chases women, prioritizes his training wrong, defeats himself in his mind. When you defeat yourself in your mind, you can't train right. He's got his fucking killer in the team, and he's got his ex-girlfriend around because he made bad decisions by dating a woman inside his friend group. All right, don't date a woman that's at your job. Don't date a woman that's in your group of friends. Don't do that shit unless you're willing to really bite the bullet in a lot of places if things don't work out. It's a big gamble, and it's not fucking worth it, all right? So then let's go look at Gohan, and let's say that he still has room for improvement as a Saiyan. You know what I'm saying? Half Saiyans can be really fucking strong, as we know. So he's still got a whole, road ahead of him. He's still younger than most of the other characters. He's still got time. But where is he going wrong? He's going wrong by submitting to Videl and not, having a person that's consistently negative with you and putting you down, and is not trying to humble you, but literally trying to put you down and is valuing you less than you are worth. You know what I'm saying? It's that's a mental battle that you shouldn't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? So in addition to that, he's got basically he was basically raised by a single mother who was doting on him and also didn't like build up his confidence. She instead sort of was making him, I don't know how to put this, like feminine. Like he's worried about losing all the time and he's doubting himself all the time. And we can look at it and we can definitely tell he's getting this from his mother, who is, you know what I mean, not believe. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's she doesn't believe in him, but she is questioning him in a way is the issue. It's not that he's questioning it, it's that there's doubting him. Yeah, there you go. There's doubt in her. And that's because she's intelligent and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're sending somebody to fucking battle, you don't fucking want to put doubts in their mind. You want to put fucking confidence in their mind. You know what I'm saying? When Rocky goes to fight, and this is tangent, we're getting to the end here. When Rocky goes to fight and Adrian is putting doubts in his mind, he has to fight those doubts. But he wins in spite of those doubts, but that's because of his mental strength and the simpleness of him, like Goku. But Gohan is more intelligent than his father, and he has doubts. And when a person puts doubts in your mind, that shit can fuck you up because you're now in the moment where you need to be your most confident. There's that thing that rings in the back of your head, and it's that person's voice, and it's doubt. And people don't understand that. That's why people are like Yogi Berra, Conor McGregor, Muhammad Ali, Tyson. All these people are talking about how the game is mental, mostly mental. Like most of it's all in your mind. So in this way, Gohan needs to get away from that and improve himself. I don't think he necessarily has to break up with Videl, but he needs to fucking put her in check like she puts him in check all the time. Why is he being such a pussy? And somebody needs to tell him that, but no one is going to tell him that because it's Dragon Ball Z, and you know what I mean? He's just going to be submissive to his girl, like his mom made him submissive to her. And that's why Goku succeeds, because he's not submissive. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I don't know if he's like the greatest of fathers or whatever, but he saves the world, so I mean that's pretty good too. So where he's needs to improve is his mental game. So, but he's away levels above Yamcha, and that could be because of just the natural talent that he has, or it could be because of him being a Saiyan. It could be a lot of things. But Yamcha will never ever have the possibility of reaching or attaining that status, not because he's not sane, but because his mind will not let him, and because he puts pussy on a pedestal. All right. Watch that shit, guys. Watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? He cuts his hair. You know what I mean? Some fucking, what's his name? Samson. Some Samson type shit. Like, cut his hair. I'll put a picture of that. Like in BoJack, his hair is all cut. I fucking hate that. Like, I liked his long hair. He's like, why did he do that? Why did Gohan do that shit too? Are they trying to tell us something? Why are they cutting their hair like that? What the fuck is going on? Anyway, long story short, don't lose your confidence. Focus on your mind. Don't let anything get in the way. And in these particular situations, they're letting women get in the way. You shouldn't let anything get in the way of your peace of mind. All right, and that's an internal struggle. It's not exterior, and those are things that we need to consider when we look at our life and we look at Dragon Ball Z. All right, so that's what I've got to say. There's my rant. We're coming up on 30 minutes. I think that is good. Holler at me, Arthur Fantastic, on any social media. Here on YouTube, it's Golden Ruffian. I'll be doing more of these throughout the year. And when I see fit, when it takes my fancy. Check out my podcast, Too Much Coffee Podcast, also available here on this channel. Holler. Peace.